Hey everyone, this blue bring you another VGC Wi-Fi battle. I have a battle against Ricardo, who's known as RPindahouseVGC. I have the Kangaskhan, Heatran, Thunderous, and the Landorus, while Ricardo has the Mega Mawile, the Gastrodon, Landorus, and the Gengar. Anyways, I hope you can enjoy this battle. So I'm going to lead off with my Heatran and the Thunderous, while Ricardo is going to lead off with his Gengar and the Landorus. I was being a bit cautious by leading with the Heatran and the Thunderous. I was predicting a Mega Gengar, but since he had a Mawile on the team, I should have considered Focus Sash. The Gengar does go for a Sludge Bomb on the Thunderous slot, and the Landorus does flinch my Heatran, which was very unfortunate, but that's how Pokemon is. It's RNG based. I'm going to switch in my Landorus to take that Sludge Bomb. Thankfully it didn't poison me, and from that Intimidate my Heatran was able to survive the Superpower with 31 HP, and the Heatran does go for a Heat Wave. Sadly it misses on the Gengar, and it did a decent amount on the Landorus, which did reveal the Assault Vest. So my Landorus does go for a Rock Slide, and it went before the Gengar, so I'd guess that he went for a Trick Room. It makes sense because he has a Mawile and the Gastrodon on the team. Since I did a little bit of damage on the Gastrodon, I was able to reveal the leftovers. So now he switches into his Landorus, which is gonna threaten both my Landorus and the Heatran. If his Landorus is faster, he could have went for a Rock Slide Ice Beam, potentially flinching me, but I actually went first on this turn, and the Gastrodon does go for a Scald on my Landorus, which brings it to Rock Slide range, same with my Heatran. And the Gastrodon does go for the Protect on this turn, and the Landorus does go for a Rock Slide first, which meant that it was a Speed type. Both of us running Jolly. Jolly Landorus is the best, I think, for Assault Vest. It's either Jolly or a minus Speed nature for a Trick Room variant. So since the Gastrodon went for the Protect on the last turn, I had a safe move of going for a Double Edge and a Hint of Power Ice. I could have played safe by going for a Hint of Power Ice on the Mawile slot, but it was worth trying to get rid of the Gastrodon because my Thunderous can't hit it for a lot of damage, and my Kangaskhan is the only way to knock out the Gastrodon. The Double Edge does connect on the Gastrodon, and thanks to the Intimidate from the Mawile, it was able to survive, and the Gastrodon does go for a Scald on my Kangaskhan, and thankfully it didn't burn me. I really needed that. If my Kangaskhan was burnt, then I would have lost the game hands down, but it just gave me a chance to win. The Landorus does come in for the Mawile, from the Mawile slot, and the Intimidate meant that the Power Up Punch from my Kangaskhan wasn't able to knock it out, and the Gastrodon was able to go straight for the Ice Beam onto my Thunderous, and it did quite a lot of damage. The Gastrodon does recover a small bit of health from the leftovers, but that doesn't really matter. I just went for the Protect with my Thunderous to scout a Protect on the Gastrodon. I'm just going to make a safe play by going for the Sucker Punch on the Landorus, and after that +2 from the Power Up Punch, the Sucker Punch was able to knock it out. And since he has a Megad with his Mawile, it meant that he has another Intimidate on my Kangaskhan. And if I'm going to win this battle, I'd need to go for another Power Up Punch, just so that I have enough power on my Kangaskhan to be able to knock out the Mawile even with resistive moves. So I'll just go for a Taunt on the Mawile just to prevent the Sucker Punch to knock out my Thunderous. The power punch does connect on the Gastrodon and it was able to knock it out. So I'm roughly at +4, and the Mawile does go for a sucker punch on my Thunderous and it was able to knock it out. I'm going to go for a double edge, and even though Mawile resisted that, it did roughly 60%. Now it's a lot of mind games because a sucker punch would mean that his sucker punch fails. So it was a 50-50 call, and I called that correctly. I went straight for that double edge and was able to knock out the Mawile. That was a very good game, Ricardo. He's a very skilled player, a Portuguese player. I hope you can check out his Twitter, and I hope you enjoyed this battle. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Have a good day and peace.